Just came out, remember?
It'll monetize that.
Remember I was telling
But maybe
the
if
instrumental?
maybe if the speed was super slow or something, that'd be funny to turn that on.
They won't monetize the instrumental.
No, if it's at the right speed, if it's at the main
because
speed.
the main
but if you change the speed to a lot, they won't.
They won't.
But you know, they could though.
Not always.
I put a XXX Tentacion beat. No, they didn't monetize. He didn't monetize that.
Yeah.
With
I've done
scratching.
both. Like I've done like different type of shit. It all depends. I think there's more.
We can scratch for that.
Yeah. All right, but
it has to be a different speed though. We have to change it to something.
Speed.
But like if you change it to electro speed, would be cool, like 120, 130. You know?
So I got a like electro beat over here. It's Cuban speed.
Yeah.
So it's
you notice how in New York here everybody scratches the down tempo. They don't want to scratch over the electro line here.
Cool.
Notice how they didn't play any electro tracks really. They played a Dirty South track, a double time track, but they never really.
Yeah.
You know, it's only West Coast people are into electro and fast stuff.
So where's the
sick? Classic.
Let me tell you.
This is called this is a 3-click orbit. So it sounds like I'm clicking 4 times, but I'm only clicking 3 times. I'm going wah. I'm just going like this. I'm going, and then da da da. Yeah. So I'm only clicking 3 times, even though you hear it. It sounds like I'm going da 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 da. But I'm not doing that. I'm just doing this. I'm just going. Yeah. Because the change of direction cuts off the sound for a second. Anytime you change direction, so it's like.
Tears.
Half flares.
There's some really
like you do half a flare, here's the flare, and then that's it. Like half a flare, and you're not doing it anymore. You hold it.
Really stiff.
Like the new stuff, like the you know, like.
You can do orbit like that, in the same timing.
Okay, so this is a new recording. Okay.
So
cool.
yeah, basically what my friend showed me, like he's jumping from like reverse OG flare, like a 2-1-2 pattern, like from this one, to chirp. So and he's doing like that on like double time, triple time, like, and then he like starts like to chirp a lot. Like it's not like when you like end that pattern like. And then
is that a reverse OG though? Because I thought an OG was what to tap, what to tap, tap, what to tap, what to tap. I thought an OG was what to tap.
That's OG, right?
Yeah, it's like what.
Yeah, and this one is like.
And it's open. The pullback is open. It's
yeah, it's like
it's reverse
only 2
OG. It's only 2 clicks.
Yeah, we
it's
switched.
like what the. But
yeah.
That's the OG flare. That's a specific flare. You know,
it's
like over here somewhere. It's like what the duck, what the duck.
So what is that?
The OG flare is like this. I'm pretty sure. OG flare is like. It's like. It's like that.
Third is open.
That's it. That's the OG. This is the OG flare.
It's the center combination.
Yes.
Yeah. But can you make
that's
reverse
the
of it?
The reverse of that would be. It'd be forward and then. It'd be like fent. It'd be.
Yeah. So. It's reverse in 2 ways. If you do the 1 click first, and then 2 clicks. Yeah.
Oh, I keep closing it at the end.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah. Because you're trying to like go in conflict with your like muscle memory.
Yeah. I'm so used to practicing. I just practice regular OGs. Like there's specific things I practice. You know, some things that like boomerangs.
Is that
practice?
Reverse?
Boomerangs are real popular, but boomerangs take some. It's basically like transforming really fast, and you don't.
Yeah,
you go a lot faster with orbits though.
But the thing I love about boomerang,
I never see people drop boomerangs and autobahns in real life. I see them doing tutorials, but I never see them really drop it or anything, like casting scratch and it's really got boomerang, you know. I see him doing it, you know. Some people are dropping boomerangs. It's a lot of clicks for me. The fact he's a rapper puts him ahead of a lot of DJs. He's able to have a higher level of skill because your level is really high for it.
Nah, it's nothing, man. I'm just starting like
no, there's
getting
people that have been
into
scratching for 20 years that can't scratch at your level, and they can't get out of it because they learn certain habits that prevents them from being able to do. They can only do 1990 stuff. They can't do like the newer stuff. Like he's doing stuff from like newer stuff.
But some
and
people,
the old stuff too.
Some people don't really want to do like.
Something they want to do it.
They
can't. It's hard because they keep practice. Like they get home, they practice, and they, you know, they're trying to get. They want to get faster.
You know what?
Remember what we was talking about?
Like I met people here,
Uh-huh.
like in New York, they be like age of 40, and they be doing some stuff. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. And then I'm like doing my stuff. I'm just practicing, warming up, and they're like, whoa, what is that? And what was that? And this and like. And I'm like, why the hell they're asking?
Yeah, they've never seen it. They never seen it.
Why the hell?
A lot of people don't know about like all this new stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like when I was new here,
yeah.
I was like, why is he asking? Like,
right, but none of this is on the radio. It's like they won't have scratches anymore. Like you know, like.
But I don't know that.
Hancock track,
I didn't know that.
It was on the radio, but now it's it's like scratching isn't cool now. It's still totally underground.
The thing is,
more like skateboarding
there
now.
is like few.
I think it's always gonna be underground. Like,
It might always be like skateboarding. Like it's kind of underground. Everybody doesn't skateboard, you know.
But you see the difference between East Coast and West Coast DJs, right? In terms of beat juggling and cutting, like, and back in the days they had like different
West Coast has always been stronger as far as cutting.
But the beat juggling routines, like the things they be making on the East Coast, like Rock Raedawn, like
exactly all the classics.
It's more
Steve
smooth.
D.
It's more smooth, like musically.
Steve D. Steve D. You know Steve
period.
D.
Yeah. If no Steve D, like
Cash Money, Jazzy Jeff, so many heads.
So the thing I was telling you, like right now, I hear like in Europe from 2005, there's some new generation of scratch nerds. They be taking them to like this art to a different level in terms of practicing. So because I have a friend. He's cutting 10 times better than me, but he's super low key. He doesn't want to get involved in kinds of shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are dope now.
It's
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of the level of scratching now is higher than it's ever been.
He will show me some
just in the past
crazy
3 years,
scratches.
2 years.
Some crazy scratches. He'll be
There's a lot of
showing me
people.
some crazy scratches, and next minute he shows me how he flipped. Like he mixed one song to another, just mixed. And now I was like, yeah, I'm doing that for years. I'm
cool.
playing music.
So what are your favorite scratches?
Like techniques. Like I learned scratching in like wrong way. I didn't know what was the basics. So I learned.
That's what I'm saying. There doesn't have to be basics. That's what I'm saying. He didn't learn.
But right now I'm practicing a lot of basics.
Like when I was a kid, they taught me how to use the old computers that didn't even have cursors on it. Like you had to type in codes and stuff. Like how on a PC, if it messes up and the people, I don't know how to do that stuff anymore. How to like type in the codes to be able to.
I don't even know.
Like you don't have to learn that anymore. You know, you don't even have to. But you could learn that, and it helps you obviously to know that.
But
and I think the same thing. I think the same thing with the old school scratches. I think that you should be able to do it. But if somebody wants to be like, hey, I only do boomerangs and I only do seesaws and slices, they might be their only repertoire. And obviously most people use stabs and forwards and as a staple.
Yeah.
But some people in the future might want to totally have different things.
The thing is,
tried practicing on like 55 BPM or 50 BPM.
Oh yeah, all speeds. Yeah, let's do a different speed.
Have you tried it?
Well, see, I usually don't. I don't practice with BPMs. I practice the scratch slow. I practice being able to max out a technique. So I start off slow. So if I can't do a new technique, I have to be able to do it really slow.
You gotta do it slow.
Yeah, but you can do it.
And then once I get a certain speed, I can get confident and I can do it at any speed. Certain techniques I can't do at any speed. Certain like chirps I can do at any speed now. Double time chirps I can chirp at pretty much any speed. Double time. I used to not be able to do 10 years ago. 5 years ago I couldn't chirp at any speed.
50 BPM.
50,
Then the scratches will change. Like 3-click orbits. I I could 3-click on that song we just had, but it would be like slow
Let's go
3
down from
clicks.
70.
It'd be half speed 3-click.
But
50 is 100 though, which might be similar to what this just was. It felt like a break.
The thing I found out from my from my experience, like I learned slices and boomerang, so I could boomerang, but I couldn't stab. And
So drop a boomerang. Because I can't do boomerangs. I never practice it because there's so many clicks involved.
So it's like,
I'm just like, oh, like even just now I was transforming a bunch and my forearm feels like sore, you know. It's just like I've been transforming so much. Like I never transform because it makes my arm sore and I can't go as long. Sick. Because it sounds like an orbit. It sounds it sounds like what did it, but it's not that.
Because we got
it's a slice and then a stab, right?
So
and
you
slice
can,
and a stab.
From slice you can jump to a chirp, like and do like command, like that's a boomerang. And here I start the command, like
sick. Yeah, I gotta practice these. I never practiced these. I just started practicing the boomerang.
Back to boomerang.
I just started, you know. But what's different when you start going fast? It sounded like chirps. Do the boomerang fast again?
I jumped to chirps.
Oh, okay, yeah.
From boomerang,
but how fast can the boomerang go though? Because it's like it can go dull with it, but. Okay.
Because it's triplet, at some point on some BPM it's gonna be as fast as it can go, but you're gonna feel that it's lacking a click. For instance, at 133, it's a very fast BPM. The boomerang.
No, but it has more clicks. It has more clicks than the orbit because the orbit can.
The boomerang gonna sound slow on 133, but if you pass 140, it's gonna sound cool again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's like a loop, like a certain circle to it. Like you know what I'm saying? It goes back to.
You could use it as a cross rhythm because instead of being like,
that's what I made. That's what I made. So from boomerang, I will go to Aquaman.
You know, you can be like that instead of being like
Aquaman. And from this position, you got an open fader and like, and at the beginning goes sample, so you can jump to chirps. Back to boomerang.
Sick.
And now it's slice again.
So sick.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
Cross rhythm.
Such a high level, man. You're at a super. That's a super high level.
Nah, it's basic for me.
No. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like the fact that you started out on that. That's you know.
Like for 2 years straight, I was doing just tabs and chirps, and I'm still lacking both of them.
Yeah, it's always good to practice and stabs and chirps.
Both of them. Like I'm doing chirps.
Yeah, because when you get into a lot of open fader stuff and complex stuff, then it can make the other stuff sound different. Though it doesn't necessarily mean it's sloppy. It could also just means that you're more focused on the inflection than the stab. Because you know sometimes the inflections are more dominant than actual. You know, like if you're doing. You know, there's different styles because some people's styles are more inflection based. Some people's styles are more robotic, kind of like. You know,
so
trigger based.